Hello there. I hope that you are well. I am really excited today to bring to you episode 115 of the Hayley Osborne Show. And it's really actually quite the right timing for this because I feel like we are now mid-year as this episode will come out. And if you've business has kind of got to a bit of a standstill and you are finding it difficult to bring new customers in, potential customers in to convert them into purchasing customers, then this is really the episode for you because I want to outline some habits that you should get into to really be able to do this with ease and with consistency, okay? Because I say this a lot, but we're so busy working in our business that we forget to work on our business. And it's important to protect that pipeline of new customers coming into your business. And this is really in and around your marketing. So I wanted to take you through the essential habits to take your potential customers to purchasing customers because I think when you've got these essentials down pat, then I think the rest is really easy and it becomes more of a consistency piece, right? So to be able to understand how to do that, we all want to be able to take potential customers. So those people that are in and around our brand, always liking, following, commenting, but they may not actually be purchasing. How to take them through to purchasing customers, which is really important because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you say. Like, you're not here for a haircut. We are in business for a reason, and that is to create, well, whatever your objective is, whether it's time, money, freedom, all those things, like it all adds up, right? And therefore, you need customers coming through your door. So I want to take you through, in the most easiest to follow kind of way, how you can take your potential customers to purchasing customers and the ways to make it really easy. So pretty much in a nutshell, without sounding too confusing, you need a marketing funnel. All right. But it basically is to dumb it down because I don't like using complicated words because I think that they're a little bit corny, but it's pretty much a step-by-step processes that, well, it's a step-by-step process, sorry, that you need to have as a guide to guide your potential customers from the very first moment they hear about you and your business to the point that they make a purchase. So think of it a little bit like a journey, right? So the first part of this is building awareness. So this is where people first learn about your business, and it could be through word of mouth, which is very powerful. It could be through your social media. It could be through Google. It could be through paid ads. It could be through any way, right? So it's the first part is awareness. And the quickest way to build more awareness to capture new audience is to do a one-to-many approach. And this is the very first thing that I would recommend that every business owner do or incorporate into their plan for the year is a one-to-many approach. Now, what is a one-to-many approach? Pretty much that is where you do podcast interviews, right? Where you are appearing on someone else's podcast and you are reaching many other people that are not already in your world. Okay, so that's the first most powerful way. And to be able to do that, I've got lots of tips and tricks to be able to approach people. I've got a script which I use and which I give the members inside of my membership, Superhero Marketing, to be able to just copy and paste, tweak a little bit, really personalize and pitch. All right. Because I can't even tell you how many people email me to ask me if they can be a guest on my podcast. And I'm sure that 50% of it is probably spam. But if it's not personalized and if they haven't actually, you can tell if someone has listened to your podcast or not by what they've written. It's a pretty fast delete for me. I don't even bother reading the email because it's a complete waste of time. Whereas I've had people email me or even message me on Instagram and say, "Hey, I love your podcast. Today I listened to this and this and this." Or, "Hey, we could both collaborate and share each other's audiences. I discovered you through a mutual client, which happened recently." And I just love that so much. And so, like, it can be a quick no-brainer for me to say yes to something more personalized. So when you can do that one-to-many approach as the first part of building brand awareness in your business, that is the most powerful, but you've got to do it with a little bit of personalization and, a smile and personality, because that will get you a long way. And that is what is missing in today's world. Let me tell you firsthand, I see it all the time. So that is really important. Another way to build awareness is to stand up and speak to a room full of people. So if you're part of a networking group, or you go to regular events and they have guest speakers, put your hand up. Okay. And I know it can be daunting to do that, but when you do things that are a little bit outside of your comfort zone, I think this creates more confidence. You might kind of shoot yourself in the process, but it will help you to build confidence in your business, and also quickly get the word out about who you are and what you do to a room full of people that have never heard about you. Okay, so this is the first part as well of building brand awareness. It's that one-to-many approach, and that is the best thing that you can do and add into your marketing plan to be able to reach more people. So the awareness is the first part of this kind of journey, and that's how you build awareness quickly and very powerfully. The second thing that you need to do is create interest. So now that they know about you, now that they've started to show a little bit of interest, either by visiting your social media, following along, visiting your website, signing up to your database, reading your content, whatever that is, how, do you then nurture their interest? Well, the way that you do this is through consistency. Okay, so you have to keep showing up. You have to keep posting on your socials. You have to keep emailing your database. So if someone signs up to hear from you and they've given you their name and their email, and you don't send them anything because you don't nurture your database, it's kind of like spamming in reverse. Now, we've all been there, right? Where you go and buy a pair of shoes from a sports major company within the country, and they're like, what's your email and your phone number? You're like, no, that's okay. Because they're going to send you 3 emails a day for the rest of your life. Now, that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the opposite, right? So that is, in my eyes, spamming. Yes, you signed up. It's your fault. I am very quick to unsubscribe when people do send me spam. I dislike that so much. But when I actually sign up to someone's database and they don't send me anything, I'm like, well, hang on a minute. I really want the information that you've got to offer, because I'm a new client. Well, I'm a new potential client. I want to know who you are, what you do, how good you are before I invest in you. And so, I want to give you my money, but you're not making it easy for me too. So think about, are you making it easy for your potential clients to give you their money, right? It's the interest. So you've got to nurture their interest from the beginning, because now they're interested in what you have to offer. So see how this funnel is really a guide and a step-by-step process. So think of it not as a funnel, but a way that you guide people through raising awareness, considering you in their repertoire. Like, you are nurturing them through how to potentially work with you. And this is such a beautiful thing. And there's an art in this. And so if you stop and you're like, oh, I don't know how to show up consistently on my socials, I don't know how to send a regular email, I have no strategy behind that, I'm just throwing the classic spaghetti at the wall. That's the part that I can help you with a social media strategy, with a strategy to be able to send out emails regularly, because those that do it well don't do it by throwing spaghetti at the wall. All right. They do it because they have a plan of attack and they know exactly how it's going to play out pretty much for the whole year. Now, that might sound overwhelming to you right now, but I guarantee you that you don't have to take off that big of a chunk. It might be nice to work in 3, 6, 9, 12-month blocks. That way you can kind of master the art of planning and how you're going to take people through that journey and what you're going to talk about. Because if you haven't got that bit right, you're going to find it very, very hard for a very long time and end up doing that bit anyway to be able to really catapult this whole process for you. The next part I want to say is around consideration, right? So at this stage, your potential customers will be comparing your product and service with others, other people that do the same thing. Okay. So I often say too, don't stress about that though, because how many coffee shops are there? There is room to coexist for everybody. And what makes you so different? And you've got to really unpack this of what is it that makes you so different, because otherwise you're just going to be the same as everybody else. And that is not how you build a great business. You keep yourself accountable to your own actions and moves, which are the things that make you different. All right. So, they might be comparing your product or service with others. So, what people, customers, potential clients usually will do is go and read reviews. So, if you don't have any Google reviews or Facebook reviews, live and available for people to see, or testimonials and things like that on your social media, I think it's about time you started, because this is really powerful. Nothing screams that you are amazing at what you do, whether it's a product or a service, like somebody else saying it. Okay, so give them what they want, which is reviews. And we've all read reviews, and I know that I've done this recently, and I really, really considered buying this product, and I had been looking at it for weeks, and then I read some reviews and they were bad, and I decided it wasn't for me. So if you haven't got any reviews at this point, it is time to consider them in your business and, start reaching out to your current clients to start giving you reviews, because it's so powerful. You don't need to be the world's best kept secret. That is not how you grow your business. And the other thing is, they might sign up for your newsletter. They might attend a free masterclass that you have. This is all consideration. So make it worth their while. This is how you convert your audience from, from potential customers to purchasing customers. Okay. The next part I want to talk about is intent. So they've decided they want what you're offering, but might still need a little nudge. Okay, so this could mean they have been to your contact page, filled it out, and then moved away. It might mean that they have added something into their shopping cart and left it there. And so this showcases a really massive intent. It could even be them reaching out to you via messenger or direct message or email, and then you've written back and then you don't hear from them. Okay, so this is considered as intent. And so, there's so much power in the follow-up as well. So you need to figure out what medium they came in and come up with a really great strategy on how to follow up. Now, it is so much easier to win clients that have already reached out to you to work with you than to chase new ones. Okay, because the client lifetime value is strong. All right. So people that are already in your world, that have already bought from you in some way, shape, or form, that have already reached out to you to work with you, are a step away from actually purchasing with you. And you have to figure out strategically, and yes, I know it is complicated. If this was easy, everybody would do it. You have to figure out strategically how you are going to nurture that person across the line, and what strategies do you have in place to uncover the challenges that they actually have. So that is something that's really important to think about. And obviously then the last part is purchase. Okay. So after all of this, finally they make a purchase with you and they become your customer. So this is essentially your funnel. Okay. So this is the model that represents your customer journey. And you need to think about all of those parts and pieces, and if or how you are nurturing that person to purchase from you. So how to take your potential customers into purchasing customers. It is not rocket science, but it does require some strategy on your part. And this is fundamentally how you are going to create those beautiful building blocks to build the business of your dreams, and one that is successful. It will require hard work, and that's just the way it is. But once you've got these beautiful foundations in place where you can bring potential customers in and then funnel them through the journey to working with you, then that is such a win in my book and a perfect plan. Now, does it last forever? No, it is something that you'll need to revisit every 6 months because things change, algorithms change, tech changes, AI is evolving. And so this is something you need to revisit. And that's okay because this is part of the fun, right? And if you get this right, chances are you're going to be building yourself a really beautiful business with a really great foundation. And then, what happens is your customer lifetime value will increase. So that is the amount of time that people will remain your customers and purchase everything that you have to offer inside your business. I hope that this has been such an awesome episode. This stuff really lights me up. I love talking about it. And I love creating all of these things inside people's businesses to make it super easy for you to be able to turn your potential audience into purchasing customers. Yeah, I absolutely love it. And you can probably tell in my voice as well. I hope that this has been beneficial. If you do want to refer to the show notes, they are over on the website. And that's about it for now. That's a wrap. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will look forward to catching up with you next week for another episode of the Hayley Osborne Show. Okay, bye-bye.